The quest to discover Alexander's tomb captivates archaeologists, akin to pursuing the Holy Grail. From seeking echoes of Alexander the Great's voice to employing cutting-edge technology, this tale unfolds the researcher's journey to uncover the tomb. Alexander, prior to his demise, desired to be revered as the son of Zeus Ammon, not laid beside his father Philip, as ancient accounts narrate. Following his sudden death in Babylon in 323 BC, his body underwent pharaonic mummification and was placed in a gold coffin for transport to Siwa. Yet, his wish went unfulfilled. Intercepted in Syria by his general Ptolemy Isoter around 322–321 BC, Alexander's remains were redirected to Egypt, where they found their final resting place in Memphis, the administrative hub of his Egyptian rule. During Ptolemy's possession of Alexander's body, the conqueror's personal effects, such as his armor, diadem, and royal scepter, were under the care of his other generals, Picus and Giannis, around the late 4th or early 3rd century BC. Ptolemy I Philadelphus later orchestrated the transfer of Alexander's body from the Memphis tomb to Alexandria for a second burial. Subsequently, his successor, Ptolemy IV Philip, placed Alexander's remains in Alexandria's communal mausoleum, known as the Soma, meaning body in Greek, as described by Strabo. By 274 BC, Alexandria became the known final resting place of Alexander, and his tomb became the focal point of the cult dedicated to him. Recent archaeological findings further support the belief that Alexander is buried in Alexandria. Notably, archaeologists unearthed a significant artifact on the final day of their excavations. An early Hellenistic statue bearing resemblance to Alexander the Great. The discovery stirred the archaeologists' determination, with Papa Costa expressing his excitement, stating that the statue seemed to reveal itself to him. Praying for guidance, he observed the hand, hoping to find a spear, emblematic of Alexander the Great, known as the spear-bearer, crafted with a characteristic tilt of the head, reminiscent of ancient depictions. The statue echoed Alexander's unique mannerisms, described by sources like Plutarch. Papa Costa emphasized the significance of finding this relic, noting the stroke of luck that a Greek expedition uncovered it. The magnificent marble statue, widely acknowledged as Alexander himself, is now showcased at the National Museum of Alexandria. Papa Costa's legacy of remarkable discoveries in Alexandria includes this find in 2015. Led by Papa Costa, the Hellenic Institute for the Research of Alexandrian Civilization unveiled a significant public structure dating back to the Ptolemaic era. This discovery included a carved tunnel buried at a depth of 10 meters, 30 feet, marking the royal quarters of the period. Papa Costa emphasized the importance of this find, noting historical records that corroborate its significance. 2 years later, another revelation bolstered the belief in the proximity of Alexander the Great's tomb. Shocking the world, the archaeologists uncovered the ancient Alexandrian royal quarters near the junctions of the ancient city, aligning with their initial expectation. Funding for Papa Costa's archaeological endeavors mainly originates from private institutions and sponsors, notably including contributions from the Greek company Clio, the Egyptian Reliance Group of companies, and the MB Kabwy Foundation. The National Geographic Society is also supporting the excavation efforts by providing electrical resistivity tomography, assisting Papa Costa in identifying potential areas conducive to discovering Alexander's tomb. Another theory gaining popularity revolves around the Casta tomb in Amphipolis. This theory is based on the excavation and exploration of an enormous ancient burial mound dating back to the late 4th century BC. Coinciding with Alexander's passing, the Casta tomb is among the most lavishly decorated tombs ever discovered in Greece and exhibits numerous artistic and architectural elements, indicating the burial of important individuals. Initially excavated in 2012 by a team of Greek archaeologists, led by Katerina Parisi, the tomb is enclosed by a circular wall measuring 500 meters or 1,600 feet in circumference. It comprises 4 chambers accessed through a grand entrance guarded by 2 sphinxes. Inside, archaeologists found 2 splendidly sculpted female figures with one arm outstretched, possibly to deter intruders. Additionally, they uncovered a mosaic floor portraying the kidnapping of Persephone by Hades, the god of the underworld, and a marble door leading to the innermost chamber. The tomb is adorned with various symbols and motifs associated with Alexander and his dynasty, including rosettes, suns, stars, shields, and Macedonian crests. The most captivating aspect of the tomb is its lavish decoration and the clues it provides about the identities of those interred within. In the innermost chamber, archaeologists came upon the skeletal remains of 5 individuals. Among them were a woman over the age of 60, 2 men aged between 35 and 45, a newborn infant, and a 5th person whose bones had been cremated. The archaeological team also discovered pieces of a wooden coffin, as well as glass and gold ornaments, pottery vessels, coins, weapons, and armor. The identities of these individuals remain a mystery, yet experts have proposed various ideas based on historical sources and archaeological findings. Some experts speculate that Alexander might have been buried in the royal tombs located in Macedonia. Their theory is supported by the discovery and identification of a cluster of tombs dating to the late 4th century BC, matching the time of Alexander's demise. Inside one of these tombs, there are 2 chambers. One chamber contains a stone sarcophagus, housing a gold larnax containing the cremated remains of a man, while the other chamber holds another gold larnax containing the cremated remains of a woman. The walls of the tomb are adorned with paintings, sculptures, and symbols closely associated with Alexander and his accomplishments, adding weight to the theory. For instance, there is a depiction of a lion hunt, a favored pastime of both Alexander and his father, Philip. Throughout the tomb, one can observe rosettes, stars, and suns, symbols denoting royalty and divinity. Shields and helmets, representative of martial prowess, are also present, along with Macedonian crests signifying the dynasty's identity. The widely held belief is that the man buried in tomb 2 is none other than Philip I, Alexander's father, who played a key role in unifying Macedonia and paving the way for Alexander's conquests. The enigma persists. If Tomb 2 is indeed the final resting place of Philip I and Cleopatra Eurydice, where then could Alexander's remains lie? Some scholars have suggested the possibility of his burial in Tomb 3, a simpler grave that has fallen victim to ancient looting. However, this tomb harbors a remarkable wall painting portraying the abduction of Persephone by Hades, suggesting that it may have been constructed for an individual revered as a deity or hero after death. Additionally, this tomb displays signs of a shrine or altar nearby, implying its role as a place of reverence and pilgrimage. This belief is rooted in several factors, including the tomb's location and orientation, which align with descriptions provided by ancient visitors to Alexander's tomb in Alexandria. The depiction of Persephone in the painting is linked to Alexander's journey into Egypt and his visit to the Siway oasis, where he received the title of son of Zeus Ammon. The painting also holds significance in relation to Alexander's passing and subsequent deification, which essentially means that Alexander was revered as a god by the people. It was believed that he ascended to join his father Zeus in Olympus after his death. The shrine or altar might have been established by Alexander's successors or admirers, serving as a tribute to honor his memory or seek his benevolence. The name Alexander the Great echoes throughout history, symbolizing unparalleled military prowess and Born in 356 BC in the ancient city of Pella, Alexander emerged as one of the world's most remarkable military leaders. From his early days to his legendary campaigns, his tale continues to fascinate and inspire. Alexander's upbringing was far from ordinary, being the son of King Philip I of Macedon and Queen Olympias. His education was entrusted to the renowned philosopher Aristotle. Under Aristotle's mentorship, Alexander developed a sharp intellect, a thirst for knowledge, and a deep appreciation for literature and philosophy that shaped his worldview and military tactics. In 336 BC, tragedy struck the royal family when King Philip I was assassinated when Alexander was only 20 years old. Alexander ascended to the throne, inheriting a kingdom poised to become a major power in the ancient. He quickly suppressed internal uprisings and solidified his rule, showcasing leadership qualities that defied his youthful age. Alexander's thirst for expansion directed his attention eastward toward the sizable Persian Empire governed by King Darius III. In 334 BC, he began his foray into Asia Minor, taking the first steps toward his fabled Persian campaigns. The Battle of Granicus River, where Alexander led from the front, set the stage for his military leadership. Despite facing significantly outnumbered forces, Alexander's brilliant tactics and bravery secured victory. The ensuing battles were nothing short of astonishing. In 333 BC, At Issus, Alexander defeated Darius III in a fierce clash, compelling the Persian king to flee the battlefield. This triumph solidified Alexander's image as an unstoppable force. Yet it was the pivotal Battle of Gaugamela in 331 BC that would carve his name permanently in history. Faced with a vast Persian army, Alexander employed a masterful strategy that exploited Darius's weaknesses, leading to a resounding victory and the collapse of the Persian Empire. With Persia under his control, Alexander's aspirations expanded. He continued his eastward march, conquering one territory after another. His army, known as the Macedonian phalanx, was disciplined and remarkably effective, complemented by elite cavalry units, including the renowned companion cavalry under his loyal general, Hephaestion. In 327 BC, Alexander advanced into India, where King Porus put up a formidable resistance. The Battle of the Hydaspes River proved to be one of his most challenging encounters. Nonetheless, Alexander's strategic brilliance prevailed, and he eventually forged an alliance with Porus. By 324 BC, Alexander's empire stretched from Greece to Egypt and extended as far east as India. His conquests were unparalleled in history, and his ambitions appeared limitless. However, his troops were fatigued, and the trials of their journey were beginning to take their toll.